Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my top 10 roller coasters. My number 10 is Prowler. Prowler is a very fun and enjoyable wooden coaster. It was a little bit rough for me. Not saying it's a bad coaster, but it was honestly a little rough. Not rough to the point where it's unenjoyable, but it was rough. The airtime that I got on Prowler was amazing. The elements worked with the coaster very well. I really couldn't find much filler track in the entire coaster from when I went on it. There were just so many airtime hills, double downs. Double downs. And it was just so fun. This is the only section of filler track that I even found that I thought mattered. So yeah, that's why Prowler is number 10 for me. And all these coasters are from the park's POVs. And number 9 is Gatekeeper. It was a very smooth and gracious ride. The head chopper through the keyholes was amazing. It was very smooth, unlike this POV is showing. But definitely very smooth, very graceful. The elements work well with each other. There's very unneeded hills since you don't get airtime on wing coasters. I do not like how the mid-course brake run is literally basically at the end of the ride for no reason. It doesn't even need it. You can just add trims, but it's understandable. For me, Gatekeeper was a very fun and enjoyable coaster. Just after the mid-course right here, it's a boring, just plain ride. Doesn't have any elements that are worth it. So yeah, that's why it's number 9. Pretty decent coaster overall. I like it. But our number 8 is Powder Keg. I took these POVs from the park. Powder Keg, very fun coaster at Silver Dollar City. I can't actually understand why anyone wouldn't like this coaster, because it's very fun, it's very smooth, it has great airtime, it has an amazing launch. Everything about it is just perfect, basically. There's no reason why this coaster shouldn't be in my top 10. But I also haven't ridden many coasters. And all the coasters above this are very good in my opinion. Because this had a very smooth, graceful, nice elements that flowed all together. Good airtime. Just there are so many coasters that not so many, but coasters that I've ridden that are better than it, that get higher spots than it. Well, number 7 is Fahrenheit. This is one of the coasters that I was talking about, obviously. Fahrenheit, it just works well. All the elements go smooth together. This 97 Beyond vertical drop is amazing. The vertical lift hill literally had me feeling like I was going to fall out of the seat. I think that's the Norwegian loop or something. Yeah, but it's the only element like of its kind in North America. The Cobra Roll is a little rattly, but besides that, the coaster is very smooth, elegant, and fun. This last hill right here gives amazing airtime. There's little to no filler track, and it's just an amazing smooth ride. Definitely recommend it when you go to Hershey. Number 6 is also at Hershey, and it's Storm Runner. People might be saying I'm ranking this a little low, but my top 5 are all very amazing coasters in their own respectable ways. Storm Runner was my first and currently only hydraulic launch. And since they don't make it anymore, it's probably going to be my only, unless if I get out to ride like King Ka. It's a coaster that actually has a layout with a hydraulic launch, which I appreciate and love. The flying snake dive is an amazing element. Everything flows smoothly together. I got a little bit of airtime on this, and the top hat is an amazing thing. The launch is amazing, and number 5 is Mamba. Holy crap. Mamba is a crazy ride. I kept riding in the front row, and I was saving my night ride for the back row. I don't think I'll be able to do the back row anymore, because by the end of the back ride, because of how much airtime there was, my back was hurting. It was a smoother version of Magnum XL 200, which is not on this list, because the one ride that I got on this, it was at the beginning of the day, and after I felt like I was going to throw up since I rode close to the back. But Mamba, when you're riding in the front or middle, is an amazing coaster. You get a lot of smooth, elegant, graceful airtime. The hills are amazing. There's amazing forces. I can't even complain about this coaster because of how good it is. I'm going to get re-rides on all the coasters at Worlds of Fun this summer. Well, about actually in a month. So who knows, my opinion might change. But for right now, this is definitely my number 5. These hills at the end are amazing. The helix is amazing. The airtime hills at the start are amazing. The drop is amazing. These small airtime hills, I couldn't get enough of. I was flying out of my seat because on the actual coaster now, since this POV was made about 2 or 3 years ago, before there were no trims and no mid-course brake run, these hills, you just zoom by now and you get amazing airtime. Mamba is an amazing coaster. That's why it's in my number 5, and there's no way around it. And my number 4 is, drumroll please, Wicked Cyclone at Six Flags New England. All credit to the parks for these POVs again. I'm sorry if I'm wasting your time with this. Only reason why Wicked Cyclone is not higher, I have not gotten on this coaster in over 5 years. So I don't know if it's changed or not, because I can't just randomly decide, oh, I'm going to go here. I don't have the money for that. I have to wait to go on these trips to go to these places. When I went, Wicked Cyclone was a smooth, airtime packed machine with inversions and everything a perfect coaster is. There wasn't anything to complain about. There was airtime, there were snappy transitions, there were turns, there were inversions, all around amazing, amazing coaster. I could not get enough of it. Because when I went on it, it was amazing, actually. Because I could not stop getting rides on this. Other people were in the line for Riddler's Revenge. I was just getting laps and laps on this. I got a couple rides on Pandemonium, not really in my top 10, as you can see. Oh, well, now is our number 3, Wildcat's Revenge. When I went to Hershey about 2 or 3 weeks ago, after I got 2 rides on this, because of the last 2 hills, I could barely ride it anymore. Those last 2 hills on Wildcat's Revenge, crazy. Pure craziness. And this POV came from Hershey Park. As I said, I'm sorry for saying this again, but these POVs are from the parks. But anyway, this has the amazing world's largest underflip and amazing first drop. So much airtime. So much airtime. Not so many, but a lot of head chopper moments, turns, inversions, all of that. It's an amazing coaster that I If I could keep riding it without those last two hills hurting my back, I would. But those last two hills make it so hard to ride multiple times that I just couldn't ride more than 2 times. This hill and then this hill gives so violent ejector that it's actually insane. I could not get enough. And our number is 2, and my number 2 is Time Traveler. When I went about a year and a half ago, this was my number 1 coaster. Now it's my number 2 for a very, very good reason. One, it's been over a year since I've gotten a ride, so I don't remember it as well. And the ride could have changed. It could have gotten new trims. It could have gotten more smooth. It could have gotten more rough. The launches could have gotten weaker for me. It all depends. But it was a very fun coaster when I went on it last. And I couldn't get enough of it. But since it was so cold that day, it was going on and off, and I just barely got a ride. Since when we got off the ride, they literally had to shut it down. And my number 1 coaster at the end is Skyrush. They got new restraints. I didn't go on it when it had the old restraints, but these new restraints are so amazing. I love them. And the drop, everything is amazing. I could not get enough of this coaster. I got on it 3 times and I wish I got on it more. Wait, no, I only got on it 2 times. I really wish I got on Skyrush more. Because of the airtime and the G's pulled, I literally almost blacked out. I should say grayed out, but I almost grayed out, but I didn't. But on the drop, it looked like I did because my head was facing down because of how crazy the airtime was and the G's pulled. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.